What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to talk about sub-agents. So for the longest time, I didn't really use sub-agents. I didn't really know what they were used for, but recently I've been using them a ton. So I wanted to explain in the most simple way I can why you would want to use them and when they're useful. So basically what a sub-agent is if you have a chat in OpenCode or Claude Code or whatever agentic tool you're using, you'll typically have like a big long chat with a lot of context and you'll be talking, and generally you can get the main chat to do whatever you want, like research or to write up code or this or that. But a lot of times you don't actually need all that context in the way of the task that you want to do, right? You might have a very specific or small thing that you need your agent to do as part of the workflow. And in many cases, a sub-agent is the right thing to use in that example. So this is kind of like the basic structure, which is like you'll have a big long chat, and then you might want him to do something like copywriting or research or whatever it is. And you can get your main chat to spin up a sub-agent to do a very specific task. So the main reasons to do this, instead of just getting your main agent to do it, is that it's going to use less tokens. So if you have a big long context or chat that's going on, and then you ask him to do like deep research on a company, the token amount is going to blow up. And if you're using a very expensive model, then it's going to just cost you a lot more money. So in those situations, it's a lot better to use a sub-agent. A second one is that you can actually switch the model of the sub-agent. So for example, I use GPT 5.4 a lot, and I also use GPT Codex, 5.3 Codex. But they're really bad at copywriting. Like if you want to write like a hook, or you want to write an intro or something like that, or even if you want to like rewrite a document in a better way, then the Opus model, Opus or Sonnet are much, much better at that. So typically I'll spin up a sub-agent in order to handle that job. So one example might be that perhaps you're talking to a cheaper model, which is better conversationally or cheaper conversationally, but then you want to, let's say you're talking about a feature you want to build for a project. You might want to spin up a sub-agent that just gets the briefing of what needs to be built, and it can be like a more powerful model like the Codex model. Another one which I spoke about is like, let's say you're using 5.4 and, he's building a lot of, important things like a report, but then you want it to be reworded in a nice way. You might spin up a sub-agent like Claude Sonnet to do the copywriting. And the other one is like, for example, if you need to research a company and there's a lot of different things that you want to research and you want to get it done as quick as possible without spending a ton of tokens, then what you could do is spin up like a little swarm where you get, a really fast model like Kimi 2.5 to research all the different aspects of the company all at once, and they're all going to be using their own different context windows, which means that it's not going to cost you a lot of money, and it's also going to be quicker. So in order to build a sub-agent, what you can do is over here I've got my opencode.json, which is basically a configuration file for OpenCode. And over here, I've got two sub-agents. So I've got fast research. And this one, the way to make it a sub-agent is you just select a mode and then sub-agent. And then you just give a description of what it is, so that when you're talking to your main agent and you say, hey, I want to do some research on XYZ, he'll know that, okay, this is the sub-agent that I want to use. And then also you can give him certain tools. So for example, in the research agent over here, he can't write anything, he can't edit, he can't use Bash, but he can read, and he can also use web fetch, so he can check the internet and do research. And then I've got another one, the copywriter, and this one is basically used just when I need to write better copy than with the main agent. So now we're going to give this a test run, and what I'm going to do is get a agent to research for me. So for example, let's say we want to research the company Apple. I'm going to say, hey, can you spin up an research agent swarm to find out the latest information about Apple, look for latest news company structure and any interesting details that you can. And because I've said spin up a research agent swarm, he should start spinning up sub-agents. So let's hit enter and see what happens. So as you can see now, we've got a couple of sub-agents working here. So we've got 3. To view them, all we have to do is press Control X and down like that. And this one, basically what he's got is a prompt here. And this is what the main agent has said. He's spun up the sub-agent and he's given him this prompt. We can also click right, and he's spun up the wrong agent. So, okay. But then for this one, we've gotten, if I just go up, yeah, so now we've got this prompt over here, which is basically looking at recent news events. And this one over here is looking at the company structure and leadership. So as you can see, we've got a whole bunch of different agents that are running, and the main agent is going to basically spawn as many as he needs until he has enough information about the company. He's going to pull all the information from the sub-agents, and then he's going to build me the report. So this is what our main chat looks like now. So it's used up 24,000 tokens, which is a lot less than if we just got GPT 5.4 to do all the research himself. And yeah, all the sub-agents kind of gave him information, and then he created this report for us, which has just the latest news, company structure, interesting details, and then, yeah, if we wanted to get a little bit more crazy, then we could say, hey, can you write up a compelling article about the news that you just created? Use the copywriting agent to make it nice. Not the best prompt in the world, but that's all right. It's just to show how it's done. So then when I do that, we should see him load up the copywriting agent. Yeah, there we go. So now we're in the copywriting sub-agent. This is the prompt that he's given him, which is a summary of the information that the other sub-agents gave him. And yeah, this is what Sonnet now, as you can see, it's Sonnet that's writing this, even though GPT 5.4 is the main one I'm using. He's going to be writing the article over here. So that is how you use sub-agents. You can use them to spawn up different tasks and get the right model for the right job, or to do research a lot quicker. It's really up to you how you use them, but yeah, you can basically get much better results by feeding them the context that they need. And you can also save a lot of tokens as well by using the correct sub-agents. So that's it for this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you want to chat with me, there's going to be a link where you can book a call and we can have a chat. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.